Well, actually, my favorite time to come to the museum is when nobody else is here. It's a home away from home for me. There's so many stories that all these trees could tell. And I love to just sort of be a fly on the wall and listen to people as they're going around the museum. It's very exciting. I can't believe it's been 40 years. I can tell you that Donnie would be absolutely tickled to see what was going on now.
Don Kerr founded the museum 40 years ago in 1982. And Don's wife, Cameron, has been here every step of the way. It is not an exaggeration to say that she is an anchor of the High Desert Museum.
I've been there since early beginnings. He told me early on that I was a lifetime volunteer. He refused to hire me against his principles. So I'm part of the furniture and help out wherever I can and whenever I can. That's just been my job, and I'm carrying on.
After she became Mrs. Kerr, she played a very, very strong role. And she was not only supportive of everything that Don did, but she loved the vision, she loved the animals. I think Cameron was really a principal player in the success of the museum in the early years.
Cameron has served on the Board of Trustees for many, many years, and she really likes to be in the thick of things. She is rolling up her sleeves, and you can find Cameron cleaning exhibits.
I get to work with the stuff, which I love, and I like learning about conservation, working with a great crew that's been there for a lot longer than me. Plus, I get to be out in the exhibits often when we clean them and do inventory. So there's so many stories to so many things that are back there in the exhibits and in the vaults. So it's lots of fun.
The museum leadership, really under Don and Cameron, and since then, has not been willing to compromise on quality.
She's been a very big inspiration for me, actually. She appreciated the kind of care that I took, and that meant a huge amount to me. She's a really tough critic, in a good way. And I've always been a little afraid of her, too, by the way. She inspires fear to some extent, in a nice way, but,
She's just been right there every step of the way. Even in the tough times when we were having a hard time raising money or when there was there was difficulty financially.
The donors that have been, there's so many of them, and they've come through in the hardest of times. We're so grateful to have this huge base of very faithful donors. They're like family. They're very proud of what they were able in their own small way, they always say, to help get off the ground. Every now and then, I will get together a very special little group, and we come down after hours to feed the otters. And I can't tell you how special that is for the children, for their parents, and for me. I mean, it's just wonderful. It's so exciting to see their faces light up. And I mean, just this last week, there were some grandparents taking their grandchildren through the Spirit of the West. And this little girl saw the water in the placer mining. She got so excited. There are too many of these moments. Going to the rafters of the desert sky and having the birds go flying through your hair and watching these people's eyes just go, whoa. How can you not just get excited? You just have to come and hang out every now and then, which I do all the time.
Through it all, one of Cameron's superpowers is her unflagging optimism. It's an optimism about where the museum has been, where it is today, and the opportunities we have for where the museum can go for the next 40 years. And really, we are so fortunate and so grateful to have a true champion like Cameron.
Everybody believes in what's in the future, and I think it'll happen. and it'll be wonderful.